Hi, this is kind of a two-part video. First and foremost, it'll be I did a tribute video for Blue Table, and I ran across this guy named Steve. I guess he's called Kamloopian, and I wanted to first of all show my respect and tell all my viewers you should go check this guy out. He's extremely talented. This guy is the Yoda of terrain making. You can take a garbage can, turn it over on a table, give this guy a day, and he will take that and he will turn it into fantastic terrain. The guy's amazing. So I wanted to show my respect as a fellow artist and terrain maker, and we're going to be making striated stone, and all you're going to need is a razor blade, some high density pink or blue polystyrene. You're going to need paintbrush, black latex paint. It can be spray paint, it can be hand painted on, doesn't matter. And for time's sake, I'm going to just use 2 layers of dry brush. You'll need like a darker gray and a lighter gray. So as you can see, I did some cutting in this already. I'm going to do a little bit more. You just take your razor blade. Always be careful when you're using with the razor blade. Easy to cut yourself. And all we're going to do a couple extra cuts here, is we're going to pick it apart. Actually went much easier for this other one. You just tear it up, rip it up, and you're going to get little layers, little striations. And just kind of rip it and tear it and do whatever you want to with it. Don't worry if you go too deep. The stone is uneven. And there's 2 sides to this. There's a cooked side. Steve did a really good job of explaining this, by the way. I guess they cut it with these gigantic hot wire cutters. And it cooks this and makes it hard, almost like a shell. And so it's very hard to get it to tear apart. So it's easier to work off your other sides. And if you get some areas that you're not happy with, like I am here, just add a couple more cuts, and then pluck in there, and it'll tear it up nicely. And some cross grain is good. Not everything's perfect. Make sure you keep your fingers out of the way. But you'll get a surface that looks like this. Now from that surface, after you paint it, it'll look like this. Now what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to put my first quick layer of dry brushing on. I'm only going to do this on one side for time's sake. Normally, of course, I would do this on everything. Never throw out paper. If you give paper from your printer and you do a lot of printing, put it off the side. You can see I got stacks of this stuff. It's like the best dry brushing paper in the world. We're going to get our paintbrush a little bit wet. Use a paper towel to try and get a lot of the water and residue paint out. Okay? Then you're going to take the brush, take a little bit, and you're going to rub it. And you're going to rub back and forth. And I rub back and forth to kind of load my brush and also get it to dry. And I keep moving it back and forth until this is dry. Then I know that 2 things: the paint's dry, and I've kind of loaded the brush up a little bit with some paint. And then I'll go back and I'll put a little more in. The reason I'm doing that is because I just had it wet, and I like to load it up a little bit extra right after I wet it. Now you always go against the grain or the raised areas in whatever you're doing. This is probably a better surface to work on. So I'm going to work it up and down, and back and forth. The key is all the raised areas, get a high percentage of the paint, and all the low areas get a low percentage of the paint. And that creates your impression of the three-dimensionality of the piece. And after the first layer, it looks like this. Now we're going to go on to the second layer. So once again, wet the brush up, get as much residual water out of it as I can. Then I'm going to go to my lighter gray, move it back and forth until I see that it's dry on the paper. Add a touch more. And now the brush is loaded and ready to go. And then I personally go with about 75% coverage, then 50% coverage with the second layer, 25% coverage with the third layer. Because I'm only two layering this, I go 2/3 and 1/3. So you'll come across it, you'll do it in a lighter effect. The main thing is you don't want to put so much on that you cover up your dark gray. Your dark gray is your transition color. And it's very important that you keep that as much as you possibly can. And this is what it looks like after the second layer. So, this is just a little quick how-to, but mostly, I just wanted to say hi to Steve and tell him I'm a huge fan of yours. I love what you do. Keep doing it. I saw one of your videos that you were thinking about not doing or taking off your old videos. Don't do that, dude. Your stuff is great. People love it. So keep it on. And I hope you send me an email. Take care, buddy. Bye.